Welcome to the Concentric Home Solution Woodworking channel. My name is Michael St. Amy. If you're new to the channel and you happen to like the video, I would like to invite you to like, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. If you're a regular, as usual, I appreciate you. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys an update. And one of the updates I'm going to give you guys on is my new website. I've had it for a while, but I haven't really spoken about it any. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the information on the website and show you around the website a little bit, at least the part that pertain to the channel. This is the landing page. You've seen this video before. It's the intro to the channel. And if you want to take the time and go through the different services that I offer, most of these other services I only do local. Everything you see here, I only do local. Or some of it I'm not offering yet, but it would only be local. The stuff that pertain to the channel would be the store, where I intend on carrying a couple products. Some of these you see me use before or even reviewed, some products that I like. And some of them you will see more of when I do certain projects like cabinet making or whatever. This is a way to support the channel. If you're interested in any of these products, you could show your support by purchasing it from me. Also, I have a blog on here. Every time I do a video, I haven't been keeping up with it lately. I'm going to start putting a bit more of an effort. I normally put up a blog, and I'm start giving this a little bit more attention. So there's a blog on here. And what's the part that's really important to me that's coming soon is I'm working on my first course. So stay tuned for that. Also, I would like to let y'all know that if you want to stay in contact with me, or if you want to know when this stuff is going to be available, if you would like, and actually I would appreciate it, please, you can subscribe, or subscribe to the website, so I can send you not annoying emails. I'm not going to be harassing you or anything like that, I promise you. And I'm not going to be selling your email or anything like that either. It just as it pertains to the channel. And I just wanted to show you guys that. Okay, let's get back to business. Okay. A couple of weeks ago, I showed you guys a kitchen, and I'm getting ready to start on. It's my own kitchen. It's for my wife. I'm going to be updating the kitchen cabinet, redoing the kitchen cabinets from scratch. And I just started milling lumber, and I realized that there's some processes that I use that might be of value to y'all. So I'm going to share it right now. I buy my lumber in a rough 4/4 from the mill locally. Locally is very important for many reasons. Locally, the lumber mill within a certain amount of square miles, I don't know the exact number, but it should have the same or similar humidity to you. Same weather conditions, right? And also, when you buy it in this thickness, you could take out defects. One thing I wanted to show is that is not commonly shown on YouTube. Every time you see someone milling up wood, for the most part, is usually thicker lumber. And thicker lumber is fairly easy to mill. When you get thinner lumber like this, especially when you get it in a little bit of length, it's easy for you to introduce error by applying pressure and taking defect or creating defect in the board. A skilled woodworker, someone with experience, can finesse it. Like if you look here on this board, you will notice that a nice little tip. chalk. You notice I marked in this corner and in this corner. And I'm going to show you something right now. You can see the board teetering. That's the two corners that's making contact. So I let myself know that with these marks. When I see these marks, I know that's the points I'm making contact. So as I was telling you, a skilled woodworker can finesse this to a jointer and get a good board out of it. But I am telling you, save yourself the stress and the hassle, especially on thinner boards like this, and use something like this. This is a plain sled in its simplest form, and in my opinion, most effective I've found. I've used more complex way to achieve this, but I find that this does everything I need. What it is a piece of melamine the same size or longer than the board that you're going to be using. And the reason why you use something like melamine, because its thickness is consistent and is dead flat. And what you would do is if you have a rock such as this, you can use shims, or in my case, I use old business cards to fill in the gaps. I'm just going to show you a little quick demo here how I'm going to remove the rock. Sometimes too, if it's a real bad rock, you want to split the shimming. But this is just for demonstration. No more rocking. So this is stabilized. If I need to stabilize in the middle anywhere, I fill in. But before I fill in, I want to introduce you to this. Hot glue gun. And this is the glue sticks that I use. And that would allow you to stabilize the board. You want to put the glue in several places, a little bit liberally, not too much, but you want to put it enough the way it holds the board in there, strong enough the way it doesn't separate from this going to the jointer. But I like these glue sticks because they're very strong. Okay? And then you could use the planer to get one side flat. And then you take it off of this. It's going to be very hard to take it off if you did it properly. So you're going to need a mallet. And now what I would do is once I get it out and it's flat, I turn the whole thing on one side and I give it a couple whack on each side and it knocks this loose. And a key thing that you need to know is that you always start with your boards oversized. As I said, this glue stick does a very good job. You can see places where it's rip off the melamine on this, and it will tear off chunks off of your wood. That's how well it will hold. So you want your board to be oversized. So this, I do this before I ever edge joint or anything, and I'm still in rough dimension. Okay. So there's that. Another little tip I will let you guys know, and this little tip actually precedes even getting to this point, is this bad boy. I have reviewed it before on the channel, and this allows you to find metal in boards, and you'll be surprised. You want to be careful before you run your boards through a jointer or a planer. You want to make sure it's not any ferrous metal in there that could, at the minimum, dull your blades. The other little thing is this, a moisture sensor. You don't need one as expensive as this, but this is a good one. The main thing you want to concern yourself with, first and foremost, when you get a board in the rough, into your shop, you want it to acclimate to your shop for at least a couple days. Okay. But when you initially get it in, you want to check it, and you're going to note the measurement along the board. You're going to take an average. So in this one here, I would say my average is around 5.5, right? 5.5%. So let's say I got this in and it was at 5.5 today. I came back tomorrow and it changed drastically. That lets me know the board hasn't acclimated to its conditions. Now, if I go like 2-3 days in a row checking it and it's changing very little, it's changing about the amount you're seeing that is taking place on the board right now, because depending on the density of different parts of the board, it changes. And you see it doesn't change much, it just changes a couple, 1 or 2%. That's mean it has reached equilibrium. So there is not a lot of movement of moisture out and into the board. So that's the key thing I want you to take away from this. Moisture. It will save you a lot of heartaches. This is another good body tool. When you take the board off, some of the glue stick is going to be on the board sometimes, and you have to scrape it off with a sled. So a little scraper, I highly recommend. Gloves, I prefer these kinds. I don't mind these for when I'm just moving around in a lumber yard or in a lumber mill, taking stuff to the truck or off the truck. These are okay. But when I'm working in the shop, I prefer these form-fitting ones. Another update. I highly recommend at least every couple days bleeding your compressor to get the liquid out of the tank. Moisture builds up in your air compressor, and if you just let it stay in there, it can actually fill up the tank, and that's not a good thing. It can damage your pneumatic tools. In my case, my CNC uses pneumatic cylinders. I do not want any water of any kind in my CNC machine. So I always bleed mine every day or every other day. But it becomes tiring. So I'm trying this from Amazon. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I also got an extension for it, and I'm gonna let you guys know how this goes. But what it's gonna do for me, rather than I having to remember every day or every other day, which I've been doing very well, I must say, this would just take that responsibility away from me. It would automatically bleed the tank on the hour. It would just give it a psst, whatever. I don't know what sound it makes. Excuse my sound effects. So again, I will follow up on that. Lastly, if you've seen my studio tour, you will notice I have a plotter. And that plotter has been down for a little while. I went out and I purchased some stuff that's going to allow me to take care of the problem that I have with it. I'm going to put my attention toward it and resolve its issues so I could get it up and running. So along with courses and the products that I show you, I'm also going to start offering like detailed plans. As I've explained in the past, I do have a background in drafting. I'm going to offer like detailed plans for different projects that I'm going to have on offer for sale. That you're going to be able to purchase a full-size print as big as a 24 by 36, or you can get a digital download, whichever is your choice. I personally like to work with a full-size print when I can. I appreciate your support, and be safe in the shop.